Welcome back to 2025 Auburn Intramural Basketball Championships tonight. We got our independent women's intramural championship right here. It's Team DBA. Graphics coordinator Noah Phillips got it wrong. He put BDA up there at the top. It is DBA versus Panic at the free throw. These two met earlier this season. The final score did end up being 38-14 in favor of Panic at the free throw. We're going to get started here in a second. Panic at the free throw will be wearing those white jerseys with those navy numbers, and DBA will be wearing the light blue with the white numbers. I'm Cohen Dalzell, your play-by-play announcer. I got Matthias Lugert here. What do you think about tonight's game?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not DBA is able to bounce back after that rough loss that they suffered to Panic. So we'll see how they respond here.
Absolutely. Almost stolen away there. 24 to the top of the key for 35-14 on the near side wing. Number 14, Clark Williamson. Out to 15. That three is way off the mark from number 15. That's Aofi Flynn. As here comes Panic at the free throw. And that will not help as they turn the ball over very quickly here. Here comes 24. Over to 14. Who's fouled? Clark Williamson will head to the line for Panic at the free throw to give them their first points of this game.
And if you're DBA here and you're not the favorite, let's just say that, you want to prevent simple mistakes like that. That turnover right there, I think they got to limit those if they want to have a chance of winning against Panic, who's kind of ran through the bracket here.
Yep, 5-0 this season. Panic at the free throw, as the first one is off the back of the rim. The second one is up and in, as Panic at the free throw will take the 1-0 advantage. To the near side for number 1, that's Arrington. Stolen away by Panic at the free throw. Here comes Flynn to Clark Williamson. She drives inside. 25 has it out to the near side corner. A strange three-pointer rattles around, no good. Rebound is corralled by DBA, and here they come. A chance to take the lead, but it's ripped away, no foul called. To Clark Williamson. Up the court, and no good. Out for number 15, Flynn, off the front of the rim from the three-pointer. What are you saying about those
Well, 3 turnovers now for DBA, and if you can't get any shots up, then you're not going to score points.
Absolutely.
So let's hope, hopefully for them they can get
That's
something
4.
going here. Yeah, knock on wood right there.
24. That's Reese, Captain Maddie Reese, who gets it to 35. Captain Sterling Tucker. So that's captain to captain for 2 points, and it's 3-0 with 17:30 remaining here in this first half. To the far side wing. Now to that far side corner. She'll attempt a three. It's way too far. And the rebound corralled by Sterling Zucker. It's Flynn. Flynn to Clark Williamson. It almost goes a little too far. And a beautiful pass to Sterling Tucker, but she's blocked by number 4, Captain Avery Smith for DBA. She'll ride it all the way down the court. It's up, and it's no good. Rebound is Lara Turner. Flynn to Clark Williamson for Sterling Tucker. Tucker up and almost falls. Almost touched every part of the rim, but no good.
Panic's got a lot of good looks at the rim right now, but they haven't gotten a lot of them to drop. So pretty fortunate for DBA right here.
Yeah,
hopefully they can take advantage of it for their sake.
That one is too long once again. Rebound is Lara Turner, but she goes down, and it does eventually get out to a Panic player, but they throw it away. That was Maddie Reese who tossed it over to DBA, and a turnover for Panic. To the near side corner. That's a 2, but it's an air ball. And timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back from the Women's Independent Intramural Championship game. Welcome back to the Women's Intramural Championship game, Independent Intramural Championship game, I mean. What have you seen so far, Mr. Lugert?
Well, I think Panic's shooting a lot of fast break opportunities, and it's leading to a lot of good looks for them. Like I said earlier, DBA's lucky they're not down more. I think if I were DBA, I think they need to slow the game down a little bit more, do the simple things right.
And there's a three-pointer from number 5, Kaya Rouse. She knocks down the three. You got to get up on her, and it's 6-0. To the near side corner. Driving past is number 8. That's Caroline Penrod. She passes it inside, and she's blocked. But Rouse steals it away. Rouse down the court to Clark Williamson. Too short. Missed the bunny. Stolen away. Rouse. And Rouse will not miss that one. Clark Williamson misses as well. The offensive rebound trying to be scrambled, and there's a foul. Let's see who that goes against.
Is it 5 minutes into the first half or 30 seconds left in the game? Because there's
absolutely
a lot of hustle plays out there.
They're all diving all over the floor, and it looks like the foul will go against DBA. That will give Panic at the free throw the ball back. It's number 15, Iufi Flynn, who carries up the ball to Rouse. Rouse misses that one a little short. And a rebound is DBA. What do you need to see from DBA to try and get back in this game? They need to make these offensive possessions count, right?
They do. They need to make,
they need to get a shot up.
I don't want to sound like fellow announcer Joe here, but, it is a game of percentages. The more shots you take, the more chances you have to score. And right now, I think Panic's really winning in that category. I think it's been about 6 turnovers for DBA right now.
Yeah, as Michael Jordan says it, the only shots you really miss are the ones you don't take, and you're not taking any shots because you're turning the ball over every time down the floor.
Exactly.
That one's too far, but she will get fouled. So it looks like that's Avery Smith, the captain of DBA, who will have a chance to get them on the board here. DBA got here off of a forfeit from their opponents in the semifinals. They've only won one game on the court this season, 3 forfeits. They're 4-2 this season as Avery Smith misses the first. Meanwhile, Panic at the free throw has just been great. They're 5-0. And they really ran through this women's independent division. Do you think that plays a factor in the way these teams play tonight?
Well, yeah, I think Panic, they have the experience. They've been there, they've done that. Whereas, DBA it's more so I think, it's either a good or bad thing. They're either, they have a lot of rest for this game, but they also don't have a lot of experience, on the court this year. So
absolutely. Back to Flynn. Flynn on the far side. To the top of the key for Fuller. Fuller out to the near side for Rouse. Rouse finds inside. Number 4 is fouled. That was Alexa Russell who got the pass inside. A good cut. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Look like an Auburn Tigers basketball cut.
Absolutely. Of course, the Auburn Tigers playing in March Madness, the number 1 overall seed. They played today, beat Alabama State 83-63.
Go be a good game Saturday against Creighton.
Yes, will be. We got Ryan Kalkbrenner versus Janai Broom. That'll be a massive matchup. Russell misses the first, a little long. For a second, bounces the ball a couple times. Spins it and fires. And that one's in. It's 7-0. As Russell makes her second. Once again, looks like Avery Smith bringing up the ball. She looks like she's playing the point guard tonight for this DBA team. To 6 on the near side, that's Helen Wu. To number 8, that's Penrod. Back to Avery Smith, the captain at the top of the key. Smith. The 3 on the far side wing, nothing but air. They'll let it go. And Panic's ball. Still no score for that team in light blue.
Yeah, and I think going back off of what we were just saying, when you don't have as many experiences in the game, I think that's why you've seen so many turnovers from them. It's hard to do the simple things when you haven't, had a lot of reps, especially coming out, when you're in college, and you're a student,
Sometimes you don't get those opportunities because you have exams and you have tests like that. You don't have the chance to come out here and do do all those things, but sometimes that means for the teams that have that experience, it just means they're in a lot better of a place.
Exactly, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing. One team's being a little bit more careful with the ball than another. Though I think, I think there's been a couple of announcers jinx this game, so I think they might have just turned it over.
Yeah, they have. They did just turn it over. That was number 15, Ophie Flynn, the point guard, running down the end line on the far side, and she steps out as DBA will get the ball back. To the near side for Penrod. To the top of the key for Smith. Smith over to Helen Wu. Helen Wu driving in. Passes it back out for Smith. Avery Smith back out to Penrod. She'll shoot the three, and she'll cash it! Caroline Penrod gets DBA on the board, and they're only down 4 with 10:24 to go in this first half. But a great pass by Rouse to number 4, Alexa Russell, who makes her game 3 points and makes it 9-3 with just over 10 to play in this first. Inside to number 1, that's Arrington. Arrington to Helen Wu. Helen Wu to Long. Lauren Lyons, the offensive rebound. To Avery Smith. The captain fires, and it's too long off the back iron.
They're getting good looks from 3 if they, want to take them.
Definitely. They're getting the looks they need. They just need to knock them down like they did on that one that gave them their first points of this game. 34, Katie Ridgway has it stolen away by Helen Wu. Wu down the court, up and under, and she flips it off the glass too hard.
We kind of saw this a little bit in the men's game, too. You want to go hard at the basketball. You want to be soft at the rim.
Absolutely. You want to be nice and soft off that backboard, off those corners. Nice and finish those points because you need those points, especially if you're DBA. You lost by 24 earlier this year to this team. You got to make your possessions count.
Yeah, especially fast break opportunities.
Absolutely. And that is another DBA turnover, as it seems like Lauren Lyons was not paying attention. Couple of substitutions here.
And it didn't work for them that possession, but I think when DBA is able to slow the game down and kind of run their sets offensively, they're able to get, a good look from beyond the arc, and I think that's what, they need to continue doing if they want to win.
They just definitely need to start limiting those turnovers as 24, that's Maddie Reese. The 3 is off from Panic. Pass to the corner. I think that's Wu. She fires. It's off the heel. And here comes Clark Williamson. Jillian Clark Williamson passes it out to Sterling Tucker, who knocks down the jumper, and it's 11-3. 8:08 to play, and the lead is back up to 8 points here for Panic at the free throw.
They're in a little bit of offensive drought right there, so, for them to get, kind of get something going again, that's good for them.
Absolutely. You want to get that. You want to keep that offense flowing. You don't want it to stall out and give DBA a chance to get it back in. And that's a steal by Sterling Tucker, and they're going to say she carried. Got the ball, lost the ball a little up high. It didn't seem like she carried it, but they will call it.
That's not a call you see a lot anymore,
especially in intramural basketball. Your officials tonight are Camden Coleman, Davis, Fain, Anna Fisher, and your scorekeepers Nick Berg. So if you want to complain to any of them, they're the ones you look at. But if you want to join them, the Rec's always looking for some new referees. They're always looking for new referees. If you need a job, the Rec's always looking. So join up any day. They're always looking for new people to go around and help them out. So
yeah, if you've ever watched a broadcast and thought you could have done better than that ref, here's your opportunity.
Here's your opportunity. Go out and do it. You ref some of these intramural basketball games. Knocked out on the attempts, and it will be Panic at the free throw that gets the ball back with 6:48 to play here this first half. To the far side for 3. Off the front rim, a great rebound, but it's not up and in. A little short. And the rebound, DBA. Here they come. It's Avery Smith to number 2. That's Abigail Cullen on the near side wing. Cullen finds a shot, fires. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound to Jillian Clark Williamson. She'll carry it down. Speedy to Rouse, who's blocked by Avery Smith.
That's her second block of the game. So
she was absolutely locked down. You got a 2-on-1 situation, and Avery Smith says, no, 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 I am not letting you guys score here. I'm keeping this to single digits. Oh, but they do call a foul, it looks like. That was a bit of a late call. I didn't hear a whistle. So Rouse will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
I thought it was because the ball went out of bounds.
I thought so, too.
Because of the foul.
It looked like she got all ball from up here on the second floor of the rec center.
And that's the trouble with these like fast break opportunities is that's where you get in a lot of trouble. You're out of position. You're not technically sound. You're not set, and it can lead to a lot of foul opportunities.
Absolutely. Rouse, the second, puts it up. That one rolls around the rim. It is rebounded by Panic at the free throw. They get it back out to Kaya Rouse, who gets it to Clark Williamson, who knocks down the tray at the top of the key. And the lead blossoms to 11 with 5 to play. It is Helen Wu who passes to Cullen on the far side. They get it back to Wu. She's going to try and make a move, but it's a nice hands from Kaya Rouse. To the near side now for Penrod. And now to Helen Wu. Wu's going to try and drive baseline. Back to Penrod, but she was out of bounds. Helen Wu stepped on the line. And Panic will get the ball back. Seems like they just, sometimes they get a little bit locked down by that Panic defense. That Panic defense causes panic, you might say, in Helen Wu, and she just barely stepped on that line.
And interestingly enough, Panic subbing in 4 players. Kind of looks like a hockey line shift.
And another 3, and she's like, I don't know. I don't know how that goes in. It's Ophie Flynn who makes the 3, and it's 17 to 3 now for Panic at the free throw. DBA finds a Penrod inside. Back out to Helen Wu. She'll drive. Back to Penrod. To the top of the key for Avery Smith. Back to Penrod. And she splashes home a 3. I think Penrod has all 6 of their points as the lead's back down to 11. 2 threes from Penrod. Timeout. We'll be right back from the Women's Independent Championship right after this. Welcome back to the Women's Independent Intramural Championship. Here at the Rec Center, Clark Williamson brings up the ball to Ridgway. Ridgway driving in to number 44, that's Alicia Fuller. Fuller drives in and she is fouled. I think that's the second on the captain, Avery Smith. She's looking around and saying, was that on me? And Ashley Fuller will go to the line for 2 shots to try and extend this lead for Panic at the free throw. First one's off the back of the rim. Panic at the free throw, of course, won this game 38-14 back in their first matchup. It was their first matchups of the season. As the second one, almost the same as the first, and the rebound falls to Avery Smith.
I think if you're DBA right here, you got to run through your team captains, your best players right now when you have a scoring drought like this.
Well, her and Penrod seem to be the 2 that really are the ones getting it going. Smith is that primary ball handler, it seems like, and Penrod's the one who's been making the 3s.
Yeah, maybe you try and run a set and get a pin rod and an open look.
One of those Miles Kelly sets you saw earlier if you were watching that Auburn game.
They looked really good for the first 5 minutes.
Oh, it looks like we are in bonus as DBA did foul Katie Ridgway. She'll go to the line for the 1-and-1 bonus with just over 2 minutes to play. 17-6. Once again, Panic at the free throw, beating DBA. That one's off the side of the rim nearest to us.
Most painful free throw miss for any team. The first one of a 1-and-1.
Absolutely. You definitely want to at least get that second one. A good steal there by Clark Williamson, though. She's got speed, and she's got the easy layup.
Does Clark Williamson have rocket boosters attached to her feet? Because she's
Seems
been
like it
flying down the
sometimes.
court this game.
Seems like it sometimes. You see her, and she's got those nice hands. She just kind of steals it right out of your hand, and you don't even know where the ball went. You're like, and you look behind you, and she's already at the rim.
Yeah, and we talked about fast break points, and she creates more than anyone else I think I've seen today.
Ridgway is the one who has the ball for Panic, passes it far side for Iofi Flynn. Gets it inside, and the pass back out is a little too far into the corner and out of bounds. And a good cheer for GBA as they force the turnover with just over 1 to play here in this first half. It's Helen Wu who will bring up the ball to the far side for Zoe Arrington. Now in the corner is Smith. Helen Wu almost lost the pass. Looking for Penrod. They find her in the far side corner. To Arrington. Back out to Penrod. She'll shoot the three again, and it's off the front of the rim. It looked good for most of the way. That would have cut the lead to 10. 33 seconds to play. Clark Williamson to the far side for Flynn. Back over to the near side. To the near side corner for number 4, Alexa Russell. Long on the three-pointer, but she gets her own rebound. How the heck did that end up with she end up with the rebound? And they're just flying around as Clark Williamson's got it now. 10 to shoot. I don't know why they said shoot, and there's going to be a foul.
Pretty wild possession right
Absolutely.
there.
A lot of stuff going on. The ball all out of, I mean, it just seems like it was everywhere. Seemed like the Panic at the free throw girls were just running around, and they'd get the ball back. 4 to shoot. Back to Wu. Wu's got 2 to shoot. Needs the fire. Smith at the buzzer, and it's an air ball. So we got 19-6. We'll be back in a couple minutes here with the second half of this women's independent intramural championship. Welcome back to the second half of your Women's Independent Intramural Championship here for 2025. 19-6 Panic at the free throw, beating DBA. Of course, if you look up there at the top, it says BDA. That's because Mr. Noah Phillips, our graphics coordinator, was wrong when he put in BDA. It is DBA.
Shame, too. One of our best.
One of our best, definitely. Our sports director, Noah Phillips. As DBA looks to get some offense going, they got it inside, but it was stolen away. Here comes Clark Williamson, who finds the easy pass. No good. The tip in, rebounded once again by Panic, but it's finally taken away by, looks like that was Avery Smith, the captain, who's really been kind of everywhere for DBA. She kind of seems like she has to be at sometimes. But Helen Wu will take the three. Oh, and the fadeaway three from the near side. Helen Wu cuts the lead to just 10 with 19:15 to play. Yeah, talk about a shot.
Fadeaway, off balance, three to start the second half.
That's what they needed. So now 19-9 as inside gets Captain Sterling Tucker. And she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
You saw DBA at the end of the first half really crash on the glass defensively and leave a lot of open looks around the arch. I wonder if Panic's going to try to get any open looks from three. I saw them in the shoot around. They do have a couple of girls there who can really shoot the ball.
Yeah, they had a couple threes there in that first half. I think they had, at least three. I saw three as the first one bounces off the back of the rim and the front rim and out. I think it was Kaya Rouse hit one, Iofi Flynn hit one, and I think the final one was Jillian Clark Williamson as the second one falls. And it's 20-9. Lead back to 11 for Avery Smith, who passes it over. Now to Helen Wu. Helen Wu just made that three, back to Smith. Inside, trying to get it to Wu. Wu in the far side corner, gets it to Penrod. She'll shoot. It's an air ball. Rebound, Sterling Tucker to Jillian Clark Williamson. Clark Williamson gets it inside, up and in, and the foul! That's the other captain for this Panic at the free throw team, Maddie Reese, who gets inside. A beautiful pass from Clark Williamson, and the and one. Chance to push this lead to 14. What are you seeing from Panic this half?
Well, just a continuation of what happened in the first half. They're getting fast. They're getting inside the paint. That's really where a lot of their offensive focus has been this half, and they've gotten good looks, too, for how close they've been to the basket.
I think it's a continuation of what they've done all season, to be honest. They're 5-0 this year, and they beat, of course, DBA in that first game 38-14. As Helen Wu chucks up a shot off the back of the rim. Rebound is Flynn. She'll bring it down this near side from right to left to the near side corner. Sterling Tucker, she'll take that three, and she will cash it in. Lead up to 17 for Panic at the free throw. Helen Wu to Penrod. Penrod will shoot. Off the front of the rim, Sterling Tucker the rebound.
After her first two threes, she hasn't gotten one to fall yet, but she has been close.
She definitely has. She's been the one, but now Jillian Clark Williamson's got it in the far side corner. That one really close off the back of the rim. Avery Smith will bring it up for DBA, trying to push it to Wu. Kellen Wu, another off-kilter three from the near side corner, no good. Rebound, pass up to Tucker. Tucker almost lost it. The pass to Clark Williamson. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll remain on the side of Panic at the free throw.
Panic's under the basket passes have been fantastic
so
far this game.
The vision has been almost impeccable on most of those drives. They fight, and those cuts, they just cut to that other side of the block, and it's wide open. They pass it in for Ridgeway, and she's way long. Penrod, the rebound. She'll get it to Captain Avery Smith, who will bring it down for DBA. The pass looks like it was going for Penrod, but it deviates to Helen Wu. Helen Wu now on the near side. Back out to Avery Smith. Gets it over to the far side for Zoe Arrington. She'll shoot the three. It's a little short. Rebound Panic. Kaya Rouse, the one bringing it this near side to Clark Williamson. Looks like DBA has shifted into a 2-3, trying to stop the inside. Number 4, that's Alexa Russell, the jump hook, no good, and DBA the rebound.
And that's what that zone allows you to do. It allows you to collapse whenever there's a play going on in the paint.
I'm looking to see if Panic can get those three-pointers now because they're in that 2-3. But Russell, a good rebound. She's got pace, and she's just a little too hard. And Helen Wu, the rebound. A good crossover. She'll bring it back out. There's just not a lot of movement here from this DBA offense, don't you think?
Yeah, it's, they do have a couple of set plays, but so far this half they really haven't. I was going to say haven't got anything going, but once again the announcers jinx hits, and they get a shooting foul.
They get a shooting foul. It's Zoe Arrington who draws the foul, number 1.
And if you're DBA, you kind of want to have that. Nick Saban always says, don't look at the scoreboard, just take it play by play. That's kind of what you want to do when you're DBA. You don't want to force shots. You want to play the game to your best of the ability, and if the comeback happens, the comeback happens.
Well, that's a start as they finally get into the double digits with 10 points. It's now 26-10 as Arrington knocks down the first. Checking in for DBA. I cannot tell who that is. She's got some pants on over on that far side of the block. That one's way off the mark, and the rebound, Alexa Russell. Katie Ridgway at the top of the key now. She'll just pop the 3. It's off the front of the rim. Alexa Russell fighting for the rebound, but Penrod collects. Watch out behind, and she's got the steal. Ridgway's got it. Out of bounds. The ball will go to DBA. A good steal there by Kaya Rouse. She kind of did the little Jose Alvarado thing where she gets behind you, and then she just kind of, if nobody tells you, she's just going to poke it out.
And those high-level plays have been what separates Panic from all the other teams in this bracket.
Yeah,
and this is the reason why they're 5-0.
It's the reason why they're 5-0, and they're leading by 16 in this intramural championship game with 12:50 to go. Penrod. That's thrown away to Rouse. It's a beautiful pass, and Rouse will finish. 28-10. As the lead now 18 with 12:40 to go.
And once again, that's one of the things, DBA trying to collapse, with a 2-3 zone.
Yep.
But on a fast break opportunity, you
can't set up that 2-3 zone.
Exactly. So.
Back out to Arrington. Arrington. The pass over to the far side. She's going to shoot the 3, and more like a pass to Avery Smith. Looked like there might have been a jump ball, but ball will go the way of Panic. A skip pass. Couple skip passes, top of the key. Now over to Flynn. Looks like she might have gotten a hand on it, but goes off the heel, and it's stolen by Russell. Kicked ball violation.
Got lucky right there if you're a
DBA. Alexa Russell steals it right under the basket, and we got a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back in just a couple seconds with more from the Women's Intramural Championships. Welcome back to the Women's Independent Intramural Championship for 2025. It's 28-10 in favor of Panic at the free throw, and they'll steal it away. Rouse will take the 3. It's wide open, and it's a triple. Kaya Rouse extends the lead to 21. They are putting in the pressure.
Full court press.
A full court press in intramural basketball, up 21. And they foul. You're up 21 and you put in the full court press with 11:20 to go. Seems like a little bit of a, I mean, you never want to talk about the unsaid rules of the game, but seems like kind of an unsaid rule of the game.
I agree. I think, I mean, it is what it is. I think that's the adjustment. If that's the adjustment the coaches wanted to make, that's the adjustment the coaches wanted to make. But I mean, you're up 21 at the same time, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Flynn coming right to left. The pass to the near side corner for Ridgeway. It rattles in and out. A great rebound by Flynn, and she's fouled on the way down. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And a large panic at the free throw section, starting to cheer with 10:35 to go, up 21.
they definitely brought a crowd today.
They definitely did. They've given them stuff to cheer about, too, as the first free throw is back off the back of the rim.
I thought what was interesting was on that one steal, instead of driving to the rim, the panic player stood behind the arc and hit a 3.
Kaya Rouse, that's the NBA. That's the NBA influence right there.
I'll see about that guy from Northern Iowa against
Oh,
Kansas.
yeah.
A little bit different game right there, though.
Yeah, definitely.
But
College definitely getting some of those NBA influences too. That all started with kind of, I mean, you gotta give props to the man Steph Curry. I mean, he really popularized the three-point ball and made it a real thing in kind of all basketball nowadays. People like taking the threes and they like taking those short twos.
I think here in Auburn we like to say Bryce Brown, popularized the three-point shot. But
Yeah, you like to say it.
but yeah, Steph Curry, his influence unmatched. I think maybe only by LeBron James in the modern day NBA right
Yeah.
now.
Definitely LeBron James, but LeBron James a little bit of a different beast. As Kaya Rouse, the rebound, puts it back up and in. It's 33-10 for Panic at the free throw. Now only 7 points away, I think, from when I think they call the game after that.
And what's interesting with Panic is that Panic has 4 players on the bench.
Oh, a three-pointer! Anna Smith!
As I was saying, Panic has 4 players on the bench, but they use all 8 players. They have a deep rotation compared to a lot of the other teams we see in these tournaments.
Definitely. Up and in. That was number 25, Lara Turner. The rebound puts it back into the hoop. Pass to number 5. That's Anna. Again, that one not to be. Anna Smith. Just kind of chucking them up there, hoping they go in. I mean, that's probably the way you're going to get back in this game if you make a ton of threes. So near side for the captain, Sterling Tucker. She knocks down another 3, and it's 38-13. Lots of threes from Panic in the second half.
Yes, and we were talking about, I think that 2-3 zone switch kind of forced that, and I think that's why they took it so many of them.
And a good steal there by Jillian Clark-Williamson. Unfortunately, she could not keep her feet in bounds. ZBA will get the ball back with 7:45 to play. 38-13. Panic still leads.
She might have a double-double just off steals.
yeah, that's what I. Now you mention it. I mean, we don't have the stats anywhere, but she's got to be close.
Looks like one of them Wilt graphics you see,
Definitely the ones we have no footage of.
We do have footage of this, though.
We do have footage of this. It's right here on WEGL YouTube.
Let's see Wilt Chamberlain's WEGL highlight clip.
Oh, no. Kaya Rouse just put Anna Smith in a blender. She can't finish. To the near side for Helen Wu. She's trying to dribble past. Gets it back out to Zoe Arrington. She'll put it up, and she's fouled on the body.
Really the first time, I'd say all half, that DBA has been able to force it inside the paint and get a decent look.
Absolutely. They kind of, you're right, they kind of been kept outside with some of that good Panic defense as Arrington misses the first of the 2 free throws. But that was one of those times where they actually kind of got to cut inside and they got a chance to score.
And it led to a free throw opportunity.
Yeah, it led to an opportunity for points. The second for Zoe Arrington at the line is Cash. 6:10 to play, 38-14 here in the second half of this Women's Independent Intramural Championship game. And that's not something we've seen a lot. The panic at the free throw, a turnover.
A little bit too much mustard on that pass.
A little bit.
Looked like a Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and she's not 6'7", so like some of the Auburn basketball players. So just a little too high, a little too strong. Ball falls out of bounds, and DBA gets it back. Avery Smith gets a screen from Helen Wu. Now to Zoe Arrington, back over. Anna Smith, she'll pop the three. It's off the backboard and out. And another timeout by Panic at the free throw. We'll be right back. We'll take a second. 38-14. Panic at the free throw leads with 5:26 remaining. Welcome back to the Women's Intramural Independent Championship. It's 38-14. That was the score of Panic's win over DBA back in the day. They just called a timeout. Up 24. Ridgeway will have it at the top of the key. She'll take a screen. Pass over to Sterling Tucker. Now over to the near side. Passes it back out. Stolen by Helen Wu. Helen Wu, good hands. And coming from behind, a steal by Alexa Russell. Up to Ridgeway. Ridgeway inside, back out for number 44, Ashley Fuller! And watch your head.
I think with these timeouts in the full court press, I think this begs the question that is Panic going for the mercy rule?
They seem to be. I mean, they're 6 points away.
And they're taking three-pointers. They're trying to score quick, so.
And a foul on a three-pointer. Wow. Isabel George got the ball on the near side, and it was Sterling Tucker who fouled her. She just kind of jumped. It looked like it would have been a travel otherwise. George doesn't really know what she needs to do. Oh, they're going to call a non-shooting foul. I believe she was shooting. She looked to jump, so I don't understand how that's on the ground, but. Oh, and no, and George is hit with the ball. Down the court, Ridgeway puts it up and in. Isabel George seems to be all right. On the ground for a second as the ball goes off her face. And it's 40-14. It seems like the DBA players are getting a good laugh at it as well. Pass over to Helen Wu on the near side. To Isabel George. George passes back to Avery Smith. They're trying to get it to Isabel George. They're going to get it to Helen Wu. Wu in the corner. And the three is too long. Up to Ridgeway. Just 4 points away from the mercy rule. The pass to Ashley. Ashley Fuller doesn't get it, but here she comes. Isabel George to Avery. No, it's not Avery Smith. Sorry about that. That is Kennedy Anderson.
Been a wild minute of basketball.
Wild minute of basketball. 3:05 to play here. 40-14. Panic at the free throw leads. Just 2:55 from getting those intramural championship shirts here at the Auburn Rec and Wellness Center. Inside, the jump hook by Alexa Russell, no good.
the structure of this game is really breaking down. I think you can see it in real time.
They're kind of having fun with it. To Isabel George, she'll chuck it up and just a little short.
And why not?
Why not?
Why not? It's the last game of the intramural season.
Why not?
Win or lose.
She put all her effort into it. Just a little short. The pass to Ashley Fuller. She's going to step back and try the triple. And it's off the top of the backboard, out of bounds. DBA basketball. You can definitely tell it's kind of broken down into one of those games where you're just kind of trying to have fun for the last couple minutes.
Yeah,
Trying to get to those players that usually don't get those points.
Yeah, and just have some fun.
Exactly. That's what intramural season's all about. And they're going to shoot a half quarter. Avery Smith's like, I mean, why not? Let's see if they respond. They'll pass it to Ridgeway in the near side corner. She drives past. A great drive, puts it up, but it's no good. It's Avery Smith, the rebound.
Did everything but score the basket. Right?
Absolutely.
That great move, was able to get a good look.
The pass to Helen Wu. She's going to try and shoot it. No, she's going to pass it inside. Almost traveled. The pass back is out of bounds.
I'll tell you, a lot of good bounce passes in these games. You don't see that a lot, the other basketball games you watch.
Up. Fuller scores, and they're just 2 points away now from the Mercy Rule victory.
Also a minute away from the actual victory. So
I mean,
we'll see what happens
We'll
first.
see what they want to do. We'll see if Avery Smith just wants to hold it. She's going to pass it to Helen Wu. She'll chuck it up for way downtown. Rebound is Alexa Russell. To Clark Williamson, and a timeout. No, they're going to call it. Never mind. With 1 minute, just under 1 minute left in the game, it's a 28-point lead, and they're going to say this one's over.
I don't know. I thought they had a comeback in them.
Yes, they're going to call it. I thought they might have a comeback in them too.
But
Your final score here in the Women's Independent Intramural Championship game, 42-14. Panic at the free throw? I forgot their name. Over DBA. We'll be right back with the men's largest fraternity